Hey guys, how's it going? I'm Nick, and in this video we're going over budgeting in a recession. A lot of stuff has been going on. The stock market's crashing, people are working at home or losing their jobs, and this could be a serious issue. So we really have to buckle down on our finances, and that's exactly what we're going to be doing. Now, unfortunately, people are starting to see of how important budgets actually are and how we normally have to have them so we're prepared in case something happens. Unfortunately, what's going on right now is a big something that's happening. So if we aren't prepared yet, we're going to do that now. So number one, first and foremost, look at your bank accounts. Understand how much money you even have to use. So look at your checking accounts, look at your savings accounts, look at your money market accounts. At that point, you can see if you have no money whatsoever, then we have to kind of get things rolling a little bit and really step on the gas. But we have to understand where we are right now, because we can't do anything if we don't know the specific numbers. A lot of people like to sweep this stuff under the rug and not to focus on it, when that's the exact opposite of what we should be doing. Number two is look at your CF. What does CF stand for? Curly fries, because they're really good. Not really. We're talking about cash flow. Previously, I've always mentioned cash flow. In the future, I will continue to always mention cash flow. You have to look at your income and expenses, especially right now. So if you even did this already, do it again, because some people might be working from home. They might have been laid off, might have lost a job. So people's incomes are starting to change. So look at what you have right now versus your expenses. If you don't know your expenses, write it down. We have to visually see it, and something to help you would be looking at your bank accounts, because if you use a debit card, you can look at your transactions. Or if you use credit cards, most people do, look at your credit card so you see where your money's going. Then, and only then, you can find out your monthly cash flow. If it's negative, we got a problem. If it's positive, that's the amount of money we can play with. So if you have $2,000 of income minus $1,000 of expenses, that's $1,000 cash flow. We gotta move this a little so you can see it. Step number three is saving as soon as possible. We really have to focus on the shorter term before the longer term. So yes, that means don't worry about retirement for now. Don't worry about even paying off debt, even though that is a big thing. When stuff's happening to you right now, you have to save for right now. And that's why you have to save as soon as possible. How do you do that? Luckily, we already talked about it. Look at your cash flow. So when you have, I'm just throwing out numbers, everyone's different, but if you have $500 a month in cash flow, you should put that money into your bank accounts. Side note, to put like a little asterisk right here, that's not an asterisk, that's a blur. But just saying, previous recessions, I don't like to use the word, but people do run to banks to pull out their money from the banks, and sometimes banks don't have everyone's money. So sometimes you should probably keep some on hand. So if you want to keep some money in hand, just in case, God forbid, you should have that. I just heard that Chase is temporarily closing 20% of their branches because of what's going on. That's huge. They are the largest bank in the world. That's a lot of branches. You need to prepare. Step number four is, you could see my horrible handwriting, but step number four is cancel unwanted costs. Especially right now, we have to buckle down and save as much as possible, like we just mentioned. So what we have to do is look through our expenses. Maybe there's a gym membership that we're not going to use. Cancel it. You could always go back to it later on, but cancel it. Cancel some other subscriptions that you might not use. Or stop going to nail appointments, or stop going to the movies every so often. You really have to cancel unwanted costs, especially if you're in a bad situation. If you have a negative cash flow, if you have nothing in your bank accounts, guess what? That's a problem. There's no more sweeping under the rug right now. You have to prepare yourself for the worst, unfortunately. I don't want to fearmonger, but stuff's happening. Step number 5. No balances. And I'm talking about credit card balances. And everyone's like, oh, obviously don't spend what you don't have. Well, guess what? People aren't getting the hang of it because there are over a trillion, maybe like, it's definitely over $1 trillion in credit card debt. So obviously this isn't obvious. Do not spend what you don't have. Heck, don't even use credit cards. Use debit cards that come straight from your bank account or just straight up go to cash. Because you can't spend what you don't have, because when you're out of cash, you can't do anything. So if you do use credit cards, pay it off in full. You should normally do this all the time. However, especially right now, because when you're paying unwanted costs to interest on your credit cards, that's going to hurt you even more. Pay it off, or at least don't add to the debt you already have. Number 6 is eat at home. This is obviously the most obvious thing to do because everyone eats out, and it's like, oh, you know, make your own food. But this is a way to save you a very good amount of money as soon as possible, in the shortest amount of time. When you go out to a restaurant, you spend, $40, $50, maybe more, on a family, when if you cook it yourself, it's half the cost. That is instantaneous savings that you can save right now. We need to capitalize on that, especially since basically everything's closed, so you're almost forced to do that anyway. Number 7 is limit your entertainment. That's what E is going to stand for. Entertainment. People are going to hate me for it. Fine. Because given, again, we're kind of forced to limit our entertainment or do anything right now because we can't go anywhere. We can't go to concerts are all like postponed or canceled, and events and everything like that, even sporting events. So you're being forced to do it anyway. But if you don't have the money for entertainment, for going out, for vacations even, when no one's traveling right now, I can tell you that. But you should do this, especially, again, when you have to save as soon as possible, your cash flow is negative, and nothing in your bank account. Number 8, we are going back to the basics of life. And that's FWS, which stands for food, water, and shelter. At this point, everything, not all this stuff, but everything else is secondary. Our survival, our food level, food, we have to eat to survive. Water, you have to stay hydrated, and I guess I would kind of argue water is more important than food, but they're both important. And shelter. So make sure, again, I don't know what's going on with like housing payments. I don't know if they're going to be delaying them, but I have started becoming more active on my Instagram account, by the way, so if you guys want to follow that. When I'm hearing new news, I try to let you guys know because I know it's crazy right now. So I'm trying to help as much as I can. So if you want to follow that. But they might be delaying mortgage payments. I have heard they're starting to delay like student loan payments. Maybe some other things. They might have extended the tax season. So it's crazy. But really focus on your necessities. And your necessities are those 3 things. Nothing else. And loved ones, you could throw them in there, they're kind of important too. So as we're doing all of this, we're kind of isolating ourselves at this point. We really have to look at other forms of income. We could only save so much. You could only cut down so much expenses before you actually have to start making more. So that's why number 9, I put side hustles. Start looking into other ways to make money. Because if you have one source of income, which a lot of people are learning right now, once that's gone, it's gone. You have no more income and you're kind of in a situation. You're in quite the pickle. So if you have multiple forms of income, which is why I'm doing so many more videos because I'm between jobs, they delayed the start date, so I'm getting paid for it supposedly. But now I have like 2 months off. So I really want to buckle down for the side hustle, but also to help you guys out. So all of this is coming at us really quick, guys, and that's why I really want to focus on this stuff, because that's what could really help. We could only sweep things under the rug so much, but eventually things are just going to catch up with us. Whether that's debt, whether that's looking for a job or really anything. We have to get on it. We have to work at it. And this is hopefully helping us to do that. This is how we can prepare. So if you want me to talk about anything in this time of uncertainty, I would love to try my best to do that. Help as many of you as I can. So definitely let me know about that. So if you have any questions, comments, concerns, you know what to do in the comments section. I would love to see what you guys have to say. So hit this video with a thumbs up. Hopefully everyone is still healthy and happy and all that good stuff. But thank you so much for watching, guys. Don't forget to subscribe because more will be coming. And I'll see you guys in the next one.